Guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm finally getting some nail art done on these Tipex tips, what I applied ages ago. It feels like a long time ago. So I'm using all Born Pretty products today. So this first product I'm going to be using is a rubber base coat from Born Pretty. I have already buffed these tips and you can see they've got like a chalky texture to them. That's because I've wiped over them with some isopropyl alcohol. That's the middle nail done. So now I've pulled out a Born Pretty jelly gel. This is the semi-jelly, colour number 11. And it's, as you can see, a blue. Now I'm going to apply this to the pointer finger and the ring finger. And I'm just applying a nice thin coat of this. And I did do another coat off camera, just to save a little bit of time. But 2 coats was the perfect coverage for what I was looking for. I also did a second coat on that middle nail as well. So I'm going to give them a cure in the lamp, and that's what they look like after 2 coats. So now I've pulled out this PN06, which is a yellow gel paint. That was a little bit too dark, so I've added a little bit of this CG093, and that's just made it that a little bit more brighter because that was a kind of neon yellow. I've mixed those two on my palette, and I'm just applying that with a gel brush to the very tip of this middle nail. Now I'm going in with a sponge and I'm just blending that into that rubber base that we applied. So I'm going to show you the second coat on the thumb. I've already done the first coat off camera on my thumb. And you'll see the second coat just blends effortlessly. It was really easy to do. Look at that. So easy to do with a sponge. I'm never going to use an ombre brush again, guys, honestly. This was so easy. So going to also use that yellow, and I'm going to apply a full coat of that on this pinky nail using my gel brush. Now, once I've applied that to this nail, I'm not going to cure that straight away because I'm going to sprinkle some clear iridescent glitter into the uncured gel. I'm not too worried about this being super opaque because you're not going to see it through that glitter anyway. It's just a bit of a background colour really for the glitter. So I'm just sprinkling that into that uncured gel, and then I'll give that a double cure for 2 minutes in my lamp. So now I've pulled out Born Pretty's super shiny top coat, and I'm going to add that to my palette. Pulled out this dotting tool, and I'm just going to dip that in my top coat, and then on the back of the nails, I'm just adding little dots. Not too many, some bigger, some smaller, and that is what they look like. They look like little bubbles. Look at those. How cool do they look, guys? So now we're on to the nail art. So I've printed this little Spongebob picture from my label maker. I've pulled out these silicone tabs, what you use with jewel forms, and I'm just going to trace the outline of that with this nail art pen. I was out of shot for that, guys, so I've just cut that out. There's no point me showing it. I was completely out of shot. Now I'm going to paint it. So I've pulled out this green stamping gel from Born Pretty, and I'm going to paint the shorts first with the green. And then once I've painted the shorts, I will pop it in the lamp for a quick flash cure, only for about 10 to 15 seconds. I like to do that when I'm doing like nail art, just flash cure in between colours, because then you can give it a full cure at the end. But it just means if you make any mistakes and you need to wipe anything off, you're not going to wipe off what you've previously done if you've flash cured it. So I've flash cured that, and now I'm painting the really fine detail what I felt like I couldn't draw with my nail art pen. I felt like I was going to be able to get much finer detail with my brush, like the eyes, the mouth, the eyebrows, bits like that. Give that a flash cure. Now I'm using colour number CG052, which is the pink, and that's the colour I'm going to use for his skin.
I can't be nothing better than spending my day with you. My life's sunny and better, girl, when I'm with you. She luminous so bright like a star in the skylines. She got the looks, the good, oh boy, I need her so bad in my life. Shawty, where you wanna go, 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 go? London, Paris, Tokyo.
So that's him all painted. I'm going to give him a cure for 60 seconds. And now I'm going in with the Born Pretty base coat. I'm just applying a nice thin even layer over that whole image. Give that a cure for 60 seconds and you should be able to just peel it straight off like this. And that is now ready to stick down on my nail. Look at that. Perfect. Now you don't want to apply that base coat too thick either, guys, or else it's just going to be really bulky on your nail. You're not going to be able to bend it either. So now I'm just going over that with the Born Pretty matte top coat. And that will just seal that in and stick it down properly. Give that a cure. So now I've used a white Born Pretty gel paint, but I've mixed a little bit of base coat into it just to make it a little bit sheer. And I'm painting some bubbles on these two blue nails. So all I did to paint the bubbles was paint a circle and then just do a little dash inside the bubble, which looks like a light reflection line. And that's it. Look at those. I was actually really happy with these bubbles. I thought they was really neat. Well happy with them. So they're all cured. Now I'm going to seal them in with, well, I did seal these in with the Born Pretty matte top coat, but you'll see afterwards I wasn't happy with them whatsoever. You couldn't really see the bubbles underneath the nail. Yeah, I wasn't really happy with these being matte at all. But I will show you what they look like matte anyway. I didn't want to cut that out of the video. I wanted to show you my mistakes as well. So there we go. That's what they look like matte, guys. Can you see them bubbles what we did underneath with the top coat? You couldn't see them. So now we're going to paint Spongebob on my thumbnail. I'm going to show you a different way of how I do nail art. So I've pulled out some really thin paper. Tracing paper is ideal, but I didn't have any, so I just pulled out the thinnest paper that I did have. And I'm just tracing that image onto that paper. Now, this does need to be done with a pencil as well. You cannot do this with pen. It has to be done with a pencil. And I also feel when you're transferring this onto the nail, it transfers much better on a matte surface. So I always paint the nail matte first before I do this. So that's all traced. Now I'm going to flip that paper over and I'm going to pop that on the nail exactly where I want it. And on the opposite side to where the image is, just scribble. Just scribble over the whole of that image. And you'll see it leaves the transfer on your nail just like that. Ta-da! So that's now all ready to paint, guys. Now, I do like to do the outline first because I tend to find if I go in and paint, say, the yellow over that pencil, the pencil tends to make the yellow look a little bit dirty. So I find if I do the outline first with a black, cure that, I can then rub that pencil off with some isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free pad, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm just doing the outline first with a black gel paint.
Don't need no luggage, nah, 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 nah. Don't need no stress, girl, nah, 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 nah. Just be in your songs alright, girl. I want nobody but you. I want nobody but you. I want nobody but you. I want nobody but you.
So there we are. That is the outline all painted. I'm going to give that a cure for 60 seconds. Now I'm using some isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free pad and I'm just wiping away any of that pencil. And now I'm going to go in and paint the whole image. See, what I found before is if I was now to go in and paint this image without getting rid of any of that pencil, the pencil tends to smear into that gel paint and it just makes it go like a really dirty yellow. So it's always best to wipe away that pencil first, guys, before you do any of the painting. So that's Spongebob all painted. I'm going to give him a full cure for 60 seconds. And now we're going to give him a matte top coat just to seal in all that artwork. Give that a cure for 60 seconds. And that is what he looks like, all finished and top coated. What do you think to him, guys? How easy is that process of doing like freehand nail art? Really, really easy, isn't it? So that is the rest of the nails all finished as well. I definitely had to do them blue nails shiny. You couldn't really see the bubbles when they were matte. You couldn't see them very well anyway, not like you can when they're shiny. So I'm well pleased that I've gone with them being shiny. I'm just gutted that I took so long to do the nail art on these and they was starting to grow out. I should have really done an infill on them first, but I didn't think the regrowth was that much. But they're done now. There's no going back. But I could always recreate them again on another set one day. I really, really enjoyed doing them actually. And that Born Pretty blue jelly gel was perfect for them bubble nails, wasn't it? Perfect opacity. So that's everything for today's video, guys. All the products that I've used today, I shall leave a list of and links for in my description box below. I have got a 12% off discount code for Born Pretty. I'll leave that pinned in my comments along with a link to the Born Pretty website. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.